Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the irae Amantes. We are back into the amusement park and it looks great. Totally can be opened the next day, right? Sakurai froze in the middle of the battle. It was as if colossal invisible hand had suddenly seized her, or rather I actually saw it with my very eyes, felt it on my skin. I witnessed a hand form of countless skeletons rip through the fabric of space and catch Sakurai in its hard fingers. All I could do was shiver at such a gaudy display of mind-boggling power. No one this world could break through that grip. Those shackles. It didn't matter how trained Sakurai was, how fierce a will she possessed, or how many souls she had, that thing transcended the concept of mere numbers. It was a cog that would only melt and swallow things into itself. Reinhardt's engine, the heart of his world.
動機は羨望、それによる憎悪。眩しきものを認めようとせず、その打点に悦を覚え、笑う極めて卑小な魂。無論、同種のものも存在するが、かのものは己が知性であると自覚しており、天性の脱衣を自ら行う気概あり。それこそを渇望とする潔さは称賛に値しよう。故に城へ招くと決定する。しかしてこの者、前述の通り非小なり、層が足らず、たてがみ足らず、細胞の一つとして溶けるが相応と思うがいかに。
Screw you? A mechanical voice that reverberated in our skulls, like the blow of a hammer. I had no idea what it was talking about, nor whom it was addressing. But I understood what it was trying to do. He would kill Sakurai in a few moments.
私はあなたに忠誠を誓いました。あなたのもとであなたを信じて。その報いがこれなのですか、アイドル卿。
ヒナ、これこそが祝福。お前が求めるものらすべて黄金のうちに溶けている。すべてを飲み込むグラズヘイムこそが救いと知れ。私はすべてを愛している。故にすべてを飲み込み溶かす。その事実、私を決定する黄金律の前において、すべてのものに何ら一切の差異はない。
That's only what you think.
溶けよ、落ちて散れよ。ディエスイレの先兵たる英雄たちの見栄となれ。
That was all the thing had to say.
依存はあるか、白鵬。
ねえな。
A throne of stake fell upon us from the heavens above.
一番いらねえやつが最初に切られる。常識じゃねえか。あるわけねえだろ、依存なんてよ。
Wilhelm. He did not hesitate for a second.
よう、懐かしいな、イザーク。ご機嫌じゃねえか。見違いだぜ。
その評価は的外れと答える。私に機嫌などというものはない。ただあるがまま断りに従い、黄金の意志を執行するのみである。
はっ、変わんねえな、そういうとこはよ。
I had no idea of what just happened nor what was about to start. But I soon realized that I was gaping like an idiot at none other than Wilhelm, the very person I'd been looking for tonight. I calmed myself and straightened my back. Letting my guard down here would mean certain death.
せえ。
I had no time to be distracted by screams and death throes of Sakurai, who had by now turned to the pincushion for Wilhelm's stakes.
教えて。あなたはベアトリスを。
ああ、
殺したの。
It seemed like Wilhelm killed someone dear to her as well. Or did he? How would he answer? Unfortunately, the truth of the matter.
知るかボケ。てめえで勝手に考えろ。
Vanished into darkness alongside Sakurai's faces, another stake pierced through and completely decimated it. Her body began shriveling up and disassembling to dust. I shouldn't have cared, it didn't have to do with me, after all I hated the bitch.
ごめんなさい。私、こんなに無様で、弱くて、情けなくて、結局、何もできなかったよ。
Now was not the time to... God damn it, why couldn't I look away?
許して兄さん。ベアトリス。
I continued staring at her until the very last speck of her soul dispersed into nothingness. Wilhelm Ehrenburg.
第五解放を確認。勲功を称えよう白鵬。
As for that other son of a bitch, Isaac, was it?
だが先の言、私の中で齟齬が生じた。必要に伴い修正せねばならぬので、問いを投げたい。バルキュリアを落としたのはお前なのか？
ちげえよ。やり合いはしたけどな。てめえも知ってるだろ。俺がどういうもんかよ。
なるほど。理解した。
The two seemed to have forgotten everything else in the world besides themselves. They didn't even glance at the dying Sakurai. I couldn't help but feel revolted by the callousness of those two fuckers.
であればこの状況、私がお前の邪魔をしたことになってしまうのか。
ああ、まあそうだが気にすんな。
His pair of crimson eyes shifted to me, bloodlust and elation flaming in their pupils, and it was like I turned his look with exact same eyes.
このガキやるのはまた後だ。まずは根っこを修正しねえとよ。毎度毎度同じ展開じゃさすがにやってらんねえんだよ。ほら、いいから始めてくれや、イザーク。
了解した。情報感謝しよう。黄金もお前を評価するに違いない。賓客として礼を尽くす。こちらの蹴りがつくまでひとまず休め。
いいぜ。うまい酒飲ませろ。
待てよ。
Wait, you pieces of shit! The hell they were even talking about? I had no idea what they were planning to start, but...
逃げられるとでも思ってんのかよ。
Brandishing my right arm, I vaulted towards the bastard. Wilhelm, on the other hand, barely jumped atop the skeletal hand, with a laugh vanishing beyond the veil of clouds. Suddenly a fissure ran across the area of the night sky where he had disappeared, and something peered out within it.
セクナ、クラフトの大体。お前も招けと我らが黄金は言っている。では地獄巡りを始めよう。ラディビーナコメディア。
Something colossal inside had been trying to emerge, bending the very worlds of reality out of shape.
その男は墓に住み、あらゆるものも、あらゆる鎖も、あらゆるすべてをもってしてもつなぎ止めることができない。
In that moment, a lifeless sound, the hollow voice of a child, reached Lisandra from the other side of the fissure.
彼は爆さをちぎり、枷を壊し、狂い泣き叫ぶ墓の主。この世のありとあらゆるものすべて、彼を抑える力を持たない。
Trifa could hear the voice as well naturally. He was fully aware that directions had brought about the most dangerous outcomes, that they awakened the bastard of the devil's castle.
ゆえ、神
Rosaka was no exception. All of them had been thrust into a situation from which there was no escape. At this point, stealing their hearts was the sole option available to them.
愚問なり無知猛昧知らぬならば答えよう我が名はレギオ
Rapture took hold of Wilhelm's heart. It was finally time for him to ascend to the exalted heavens he had long dreamed of. He could no longer contain the tackle bubbling forth from his lips.
ブリア
His name was Isaac, ein Sonnenkind. Grandfather to Rhea Himura and son to Lisa Brenner, he was fathered by the Lord of the Dead himself. He had beaten the heart of the devil's castle, and now he began his sacred task. Which was
グラズヘイム
swallowing the whole of the cosmos and having their flesh and blood melt in himself, turning all living beings in the world into servile Einherjar.
グランカムビフュンストベルトール
Indeed, this was the very embodiment of
私の愛だ。よく噛みしめろ。
and offering to the monarch of destruction. May their dazzling souls satiate his boundless hunger. May their macabre dance of death amuse him.
否も王も聞かぬ。ここは私の世界で、私が王だ。
Well, we'll see about that.
聖産杯、マレウス、バビロン、トバルカイン。ケーラ、望むものがあるのなら、屍を踏み越え、進むがいい。私のもとにたどり着ければ、どのような還元であれ、聞き入れると約束しよう。
He would release Rhea Himura. He would return any soul trapped in Bloodheim. He would grant any wish. But the price was braving hell itself.
そう。私に死ねというものでも構わんぞ。
Were such a blasphemy possible in this universe?
あるいは未知かもしれんだろう。なあ、カールよ。
The impregnable gold welcomed the guest to his realm with a satisfied smile. Wait, see it? Oh fuck, Kay died actually. Well, that sucks. Can't say I'm happy about that. The vortex raged. Wounds, pains, sins, wails. Millions of stories spun in the whirlpool towards their demise. To have one's existence vanish, the concept of life after death, all that man built in life would stream towards that inescapable end. If one stepped on the lion's tail, they would be torn to shreds. If one jumped to fire, they would burn to death. And even if one was not as reckless, their shoes would get more and more worn out while with every pitfall they leapt over. Living men having one's life slowly wear out, marching towards an unavoidable and absolute end. A promised time would always come, and regardless of how it unfolded, the result would always remain the same. Death would descend equally upon all, the only difference being the time of its coming. And its cause was where they would end up. It was the world after death, the land beyond the precipice.
故にお前たち、勘違いをしてはいけない。
Both those that figured it out and those that struggled in ignorance had the responsibility to comprehend the entire truth.
これは祝福だ。お前たちが望むものを授かるように創造された。本来ありえぬ奇跡と知れ。
Not interested. All living beings were fated to die. Death meant the absolute end, and no soul could return once claimed by its iron clutches. All things obeyed causality, and beings upon which life had once been bestowed would also inevitably have it taken away when their hour was struck. And under normal circumstances, there should not have existed a being upon which life was never bestowed.
断崖より先にも道が欲しい。転げ落ちた者らをその上に拾い上げたい。ああ、つまり、お前たちは今ある法則を嫌っている。それを抱きし、認めようとせず、 別のものを欲しているのだ。否定。
As such, their feelings could have been easily summarized in one or two lines.
お前たちは死後という概念に答えを求めている。
Not really.
死ねば終わる。では終わりとは何だ。消えることか、落ち続けることか、それとも始まりに帰ることか。
Whatever, we'll see when that happens.
分かっているのは、見知った風景から突如として切り離されるという事実だけ。それが嫌なのだろう。
The unknown begot fear, fear begot fight, but death was never inescapable.
故に死を思う。
Mankind would imagine what was beyond the precipice, trying to fill the void with familiar concepts that eased their fears, wishing there to be a path beyond the end of the road.
喚起しろよ。ここがそれだ。あるかなきかわからぬものに確固たる、そして都合のいい答えを求めた。死を思うお前たちの意志が活動し、形を成して創造された。ならば、それを絶対の法則として流れ出させ、お前たちは厭う旧秩序を塗り替える。一掃して消し去ってしまう。それこそが黄金。奇跡を連成するとは、そういうことに他ならない。この城こそがお前たちの求めたもの。この城こそがお前たちの憎む法則を打ち破るもの。
This castle actually looked like shit, so no thanks.
わかるの？これを祝福だと言った意味が。
The mechanical voice of the castle declared absolute truth.
あまねくすべて、このグラズヘイムに解けよ。
How about no?
低迷の者、断りを曲げたくば死をもって生まれ変われ。終わらない死後をかけよ。修羅のように、英雄のように。黄金は、それをお前たちに望んでいる。
I said I don't care about the gold. Yeah. A giant contraption made of bronze pierced through the heavens, outstanding upon the mortarium. It was the castle of the dead, an abode of Reinhard Heydrich and his terrible legion. Its souls it costed numbered in the millions. It was the concept of afterlife taken shape, hell in physical form, that spit in the face of natural laws and common sense, exceeding the boundaries of scale and density permissible in this world. All souls that fell in this castle would melt and become a part of it, turning into eternally resurrecting and career fighting battles uncountable. That was gold, which isn't really gold at all. That was what filled the void beyond the precipice. Both those that desired immortality and those that wished for their king to transcend death and return shall melt into this whirlpool of souls. For that was the greatest blessing, the greatest honor to mankind. No thanks. The void, the heart of the castle, opened its gates to the guests. And in that moment everything grew dark, just like when she first heard the voice. Ra once again lost any sense of direction. What happened? What was going on? Ra felt disoriented and swept aside like a stray leaf in the wind. Lisa had disappeared. She'd been standing right next to her a second before, yet now all that remained in her place was an empty void. Ra wrapped her arms around her trembling shoulders, that gentle face and voice that promised the girl to protect her, those firm but warm hands. Were now all gone. All that remained was nothingness, and so she too was drawn towards that void, pulled asunder from a million angles as she plunged deeper into the abyss. The emptiness and hunger that reciprocated it reflected the voice of the child that caused this madness with perfect likeness. And so realized that it must have been Isaac, her grandfather, Elisa's son, and the bastard had been sacrificed for the miracle of gold. He was hollow. His mind was neither alive nor dead, nor even in a deep slumber. To put it bluntly, there was nothing human about the thing. It was merely the cog of machine, a mechanical part that had been designed to carry out but a single purpose and possessed nothing else. It had emotions. If anything, they raged as a giant whirlwind, locked in an incessant scream of pain. Yet Yet not a single hint of this madness seeped through to the surface. The thing's exterior appeared calmer than the calmest of lakes. It was probably an issue of orientation, for all hearts move as one in a singular direction within the thing. The collision of conflict was alien to its realm. Waves of insecurity never tainted its shores. One could liken its nature to that of a liquid appearing to be at a standstill despite spinning at a maddening speed. And that was the reason why Irae found him terrifying. Isaac's heart was a whirlpool spinning in super high hydrostatic pressure. Once swallowed, no soul could possibly escape it. Their sole fate was to be plunged to the depths of the sea and melt into it. And so she had to resist before it was too late. She had to figure something out. That was all she thought about, and yet...
ようこそテレジア。私の増年金土。
Ruffled straight into hell as the mechanic voice reverberated in her ears. Lisa, Fuji. Were they safe? What would happen to her now? Rak don't imagine what was waiting for her past this point, but she could easily tell it would not be anything auspicious. No, she could not die. She did not want to die. She wished to live. She craved to survive. And so she screamed in a soundless voice. The giant gates of the Devil's Castle that abruptly manifested in the sky above Suwahara City slowly closed. The colossal contraption was still half ethereal, lacking the density to be visible to mortal eyes. The opening of a swastika only summoned the battalion of the tree to the physical realm, and the gates opened only in answer to the wishes of their guests. For they declared their desire to slay their comrades, and there was but one place fitting for such a spectacle. For the beasts, the master declared the following.
私の愛だ。よく噛み締めろ。
He commanded them to reach his throne if they truly aspired to have their wishes granted. Memento mori, remember that you must die. Traverse hell like a true champion of strife and cross a mountain of corpses to reach the throne. If you succeed, your wish shall be granted.
そう。私に死ねというものでも構わんぞ。
His august sword drank equally in the minds of all those swallowed within the castle. Chapter 10 Sol Lucette's Omnibus.
なるほど。つまりこういうことですか。
Triva standing below grey tinted skies was the first to comprehend the present situation. He knew out well where he was. All of the initial members of the Obsidian Table seemed to have been transported into this location. To confirm or have it explained felt beyond unnecessary, much like how their lineup was no coincidence. It was a compulsory shuffle of the cards. Bubblesburg, the Devil's Castle. It had been a gathering place for the Obsidian Table up until it had been swallowed by the Nether Realm 60 years prior. The ultimate creation figment of Reinhard Heydrich.
同士討ちによる全滅を目指すなら、この地で行えとおっしゃっている。まあ確かにここならば、どう転ぼうが誰の腹も痛まない。
それはどういう？
すぐわかりますよ。あなたは悟りましたか、マレウス。
なんとなくね。すごく外れてほしいんだけど、ここってバルハラ？
しかり。そしてバルハラにはある掟がある。
There was no need to continue. Rusuka already knew, and that was enough to give Lisa the right idea. Although Trifa made it sound like a jest, the fact that they were robbed of the ability to hinder the plan right away put them in a checkmate before the fight even had the chance to begin. To protect Arkimura, to prevail and survive. Their motivation, notwithstanding the three standing there, had chosen to rebel and stained their hands with the blood of their comrades. And what better place was there for battle than Valhalla? After all, Reinhardt loved his subordinates. He faced their wishes with sincerity, bestowing upon all of them an equal chance to have them granted. He transferred them to the arena of fallen champions, the place of eternal battles where incessantly resurrecting Einherjar clashed day and night, waiting for their role in Ragnarok. Some cultures viewed such a fate as an honor, but most modern societies had only one name for a place of this nature: Hell. Therefore,
グラズヘイムで権上するには屍を踏み越えなければいけませんね。まずはあなたがお相手ですが、マキナ卿。
The whole arena trembled in the wake of his heavy steps, designating him as the first one who was blotted up, the ruse worthy of the devil.
聞くだけ無駄かとも思いますが、そこを通してくれませんかね。愚問。
The man spoke up in a voice fierce as iron, his words booming like the rubble of the earth. He would never allow anyone to leave this place. Gott von PolishLynx, the somber knight of Persia era, regarded the intruders with dull, colorless eyes.
知っているだろう。生産杯。俺はここで加減ができん。
The gauntlet of malice, as the one who had been born and trapped here with no hope of escape, he could not help killing everyone who dared to intrude the premises of his abode. There was no mercy to be had here. Any other choice would bar him from his wish forever, and so this artificial deity, Deus Ex Machina, was confined to a single path. Even if we managed to get through, the Crimson Knightness and the Archer Knight awaited beyond. A battle with either would mean certain doom.
つまりカインも入れて4対3。いえ、4対1の3掛けをしろってことかしら。できると思う？
無理ですね。
The priest did not lament, but merely stated the truth.
一見して我々に有利なようにも感じますが、そんな甘い話ではない。文字通りの命がけを3連続で、かつこちらの戦力が徐々に減っていくだろうことを鑑みれば、最後までいける確率など無に等しい。ですからここは発想を転換するべきでしょう。数字の有利を生かしつつ先に進むとなれば引き算だ。
そうね。それしかないみたい。つまり
In that moment, the Somber Knight's iron fist flew their way. The group dispersed to all sides, dodging certain death.
1対1を3手に分ければ1人は確実に残るわけね。
And all that one would have to do was reach Reinhardt before the others perished. The likelihood of that was indeed far higher than all 4 of them surviving 3 mortal battles in a row. What was up with this sorry position anyway? This could have gone worse if she had tried. It all seemed so stupid, dumb and ridiculous that Rusalka, really jumping through the flying debris of the crumbling arena, could not help lighting up in undiluted anger. She hadn't done anything to warrant it. She might have gained a bit more power than she should have by playing around with Trippa and the others, but was still awaiting the Obsidian Table's rules. She was never planning to rebel. Yet now she found herself in a resist or die sort of situation. Ridiculous, what kind of sick joke that was this? She hadn't heard of anything more unfair in her life, and she had certainly lived for quite a while. And so...
物に眠るさよなかに
Rusalka swore to herself that she'd pull through, no matter what anyone said, indignation raging in her chest. She'd never let anyone drag her down again.
皆そこを離れることぞ嬉しけれ。
Rusalka landed among the spectator seats and immediately started chanting her spell. Her words spilled forth without a hint of faltering, drowning her own consciousness in the abyss within her heart. Every single part of her performance, down to very last inflection, was flawless. For she knew and comprehended the oath that bound her essence with utmost clarity she would never forget. She had always coveted the dazzling light of the stars in the deep sky. Her heart would ignite with desire whenever she looked upon them from the dark depths of her swamp. For she was a star that crept on the earth. She had no wings, but she could reach out her arms. She craved to plunge all those above her into the festering sludge of her bloody shadow. Therefore,
水の表を頭もて波立て遊ぶぞ楽しけれ。
her positioning was perfect. Her shadow extended without limit, straight towards her target, Machina. She decided not to run anymore, and instead preventing Gretel from escaping. Rusalka spotted Riva and Lisa already rushing towards the gate on the other side of the arena, but she did not mind being left to handle the great threat alone. She would be lying if she claimed not be afraid. No soul was immune to the terror the Somber Knight instilled. Everything about the man screamed death. His craving destroyed and forcefully ended all he touched. There was no chance to survive a fair fight against him, for a single hit was all he needed to end her life. A monster peerless in strength even among the immortal in her yard. Indeed, this man had been born with wings. He was a champion that shone like a star upon the battlefield.
詰める大気を 震わせて互いに高く呼び交わし緑なすぬれ髪打ち震い
And so she could know nothing to stop herself. Her craving filled her heart to the brim, aching for release. As she looked at Machina inside the castle.
乾かし遊ぶぞ楽しけ
A strange feeling would overcome her, as if he had been igniting another craving within her, as if he held an answer for her. She yearned to know it. She could sense the residue of the man she spent her entire life searching for from Machina. So, but it was all the more reason for her to survive.
ブリア
May you all stop in place. Such were the rules of the war Rusalka craved for. She would not acknowledge the contrary fate, the curse that made it impossible for her to catch up to others. She would live, survive, and then...
チェンテハンガリアナハテーラ
Rusalka craved to meet the one that tainted her, and so she wanted him to wait. And so everyone will have to wait for the next episode! And with that, I will have enough content until my freaking long marathon at job will end. And hopefully, when the last day of my marathon comes, I will be able to record overnight for the next days. Anywho, for now, hope you enjoyed this episode. We know what's going to happen. Actually, we don't know what's going to happen, but we know how it's going to go, up to some point at least. So, someone will now fight Zamiel, I believe, and after that, someone will go against the woman/man. You know, the stupid kid. Anywho, now that I also like Rusalka again, and I take back everything bad I said about her, kinda, let's end it here. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you tomorrow, again, in the next video. Yeah, bye bye!